Welcome to Your Inspired Journey. I'm Carla Andrews, and I have the wonderful pleasure of being here with Cousett Hoover. She is a phenomenal techie mama
Mhm.
with of course, two young boys, and she's going to help us learn about how she is really making an impact with moms who are taking on the tech world and building their businesses and building their lives. Welcome, Cousett. How are you?
Good. Thank you for having me. I'm super excited to be here.
That's great. I'm glad that you're here also because I know you mentioned about technical stuff. And a lot of times,
Mhm.
when it comes to girls and technology, the world sees it as if it's oil and water. When in
Yes.
actuality, you can find some of the best techies out there, and they're women. They're making
Yeah.
their moves, and they're building their businesses, and they're learning all the different technology that can help support them and as they're growing their business. So just, of course, you got to tell us, how did you get involved in technology?
So it started super young. I teased that I was born into the PC world. I was born in 81, which is when the PC actually came out, like the first personal computer beyond like the servers and huge, massive computers. I was born in Silicon Valley, which is in California. And we moved when I was about 10 to the Austin area to Silicon Hills. My dad was involved in some high tech research for motherboards and just all the intricate details. I remember him coming back in like full suits for like, so that he was dust free, he was super clean and all that. It was really cool to grow up watching him do that. He had tons of different positions at IBM. I switched and jumped the fence to kind of Apple products when I tease that Steve Jobs and God kind of got together and they released the first iPhone on my birthday. And yeah, it's just been
And
kind of
you remember
ongoing.
the date and everything, huh? Of course,
Yep.
it's easy because it's on your birthday. Wow. So the
The
first
first,
phone was the first iPhone. It was in 1981.
no. The PC was in
No, the PC. Okay,
1981.
so okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The first iPhone, I believe, was 2006, but
Yeah,
don't quote me on that. I don't remember.
it
But
was
yeah,
somewhere in 2005, 2006. Yes.
yeah. Has since never come out on my birthday, but that first one came out on my birthday, and my parents asked, "What do you want to do?" And I was like, "Get in line for the iPhone." And they were like, "Yeah, okay." Why do you want to do that? As far as education, I went into a BA in computer science and then pursued, haven't finished, but I loved also education and kept trying to find a way to combine the two until I found a PhD program in educational technology. And that was totally my like mecca of a place to be, and I loved it. I taught pre-service teachers at the university level how to integrate technology for the classroom. I worked with faculty and my alma mater in the instructional technology department and helped them integrate technology, and so that was an amazing period just to kind of combine those two. And then I got married and had kids and became a stay-at-home mom and was like, well, I still love tech. So how am I going to do this, continue to do this? And I found an incredible community of mompreneurs, of boss moms, of women who are moms and are juggling everything and want to contribute to their family and want to start a business. And I was like, well, I can help. I can do the website design. I can teach you the tech. And I love working with other women that just are maybe a little shyer about the tech or are unsure, and just showing them that it's not all that scary and that I always say you can't completely break it. If you break it and don't know what to do, then just let me know and I will fix it and you can try again. Because I think you said before we started recording that it's just a matter of trying things out and, seeing what that button will do. And, luckily we're not controlling brain surgery, so there's not much that we can really, really mess up.
Exactly.
And so just
It's
having.
it could be scary for some, but I love to tell, it's like, look, if it's not drawing out blood or if it doesn't hurt someone or in those type of like life threatening, give it a try to work it and try to learn it, and
Yeah.
not be fearful of it, and keep experimenting till you get it. And
Yeah.
it's great to hear that you because you grew up around it, the comfortability of being around technology was part of your life. That's
Yes.
you grew up in it, and so you don't have that fear. You don't have that apprehension of of what like, I don't know. It's like, is it gonna bite? I don't know. It's like I it's kind of hard for me because I love technology. So when I hear
Yeah.
someone say they are afraid of it, I guess, hey, some people are afraid of dogs, some people are afraid of
Right.
cats. The same. So everyone have different perspective, but
Yeah.
it's great to know that you're helping, others to remove that or overcome that fear. And because right now, right, building a business is almost impossible
Yeah.
without technology.
Yeah, exactly. We're in an age where you don't have a choice. You're having to do, a lot of the technology. And if you're just starting out, then you don't necessarily have the cash flow
Hmm.
to hire out for someone to do your website and maintain it. And you don't have the cash flow to, have someone take care of all of the tech and the emails and, all of that. But luckily, we're also at a point. I mean, when I started in web design, I was doing HTML and, whole coding language to get a website on the web. And we're now also in an age where there's tools that are fairly, easy to learn. There might be a learning curve still. I really love WordPress, and so that's what I recommend. But it's doable, and you start with something small and then you kind of add on to it, and it's definitely doable.
And it's amazing how, like, especially with WordPress, a lot of people are heading back to WordPress
Mm-hmm.
because what do you feel is the reason that, like, WordPress kind of went away for a minute and then now
Mm-hmm.
it's coming back?
Kind
What do you
of coming
feel is,
back.
yeah.
Um, Well, I'm not sure when you think it went away. I think there's been different kind of up and downs for the WordPress, but kind of ecosystem. But I think people are recognizing that it's really good at letting Google know that that site exists. So the SEO, the search engine optimization, is kind of built in, and there's also additional plugins and stuff that you can do. But other systems like Wix and stuff like that are kind of notorious for just not quite having that flexibility. And a lot of that comes from the content, but it also comes from the behind the scenes code. And the behind the scenes code for WordPress at its core is just very clean, it's very simple. And so it makes it very easy. I talk about Google as the person that has no eyes and no ears. It's just kind of, it knows the code. But without the visuals. So I think it's just really good at that. And then I love telling people, I just did a presentation at a WordCamp about all of the different things that WordPress can do. So if you want a store, there's a great e-commerce system that you can add on to the core of WordPress. If you want to sell digital products, if you want to run a course, all of these have traditionally been go out to some other system and pay. Some of them are super expensive, like $99 a month to set up your course. And it might be a little easier to set up, but I think if you keep it within the WordPress ecosystem, it's on your domain, it's your content, you're not also dependent on another system that's going to stay up, especially with self-hosted WordPress. That's all your content, you own it, you're not worried about yet another system of servers that might go down and stuff like that. So I think
And
that's
that's
really important
important.
as well.